What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It is Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I have a great interview lined up for you guys tonight, man. My man, 50 grand, Mr. Anthony Mitchell, author, poet, motivational speaker, just an all-around great guy. And I hope you guys are prepared to be motivated. Monday. My brother from another mother. What is going on, my man?
What's going on?
No complaints, man. No complaints. Alive, breathing, walking, talking. What am I gonna trip for?
Hey, God is good.
All the time, man. All the time. I think sometimes, though, man, we say that to other people, but we also have to say it to ourselves, right? Because just because we decide to walk on positivity lane doesn't mean drama isn't going to come our way. But we just have to have the right perspective, and that's the importance of these shows on Motivation Monday, to bring other people that are motivated and inspired with life to come and spark your engine, if you will, to help you guys keep moving forward to another day. And so, Mr. Mitchell, man, let the people know, man, what you do, who you are, how they can support the things you got going on, and then we're going to get into this awesome interview, man, that's lined up.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm a published author. I had a story in my life. I thought it'd be encouraging, inspiring to someone. Not saying that there, a lot of us have a lot of different challenges out there that should be, spoken or written. And, I had my challenges and obstacles in life. Really a unique condition that I have. I'm not able to sweat. I was born without any sweat glands, which presented a lot of challenges in my life growing up. But, it definitely made me work harder. If you never, no one can understand that unless they actually experience not being able to your body has no way to cool itself. So I had to cool myself manually, and it's not always the easiest thing to do, but I was blessed to be able to, play sports and excel in them in school. Blessed to still be able to go off to school and everything, go to college, got my degree in music and video business. And I did a lot of promoting, a lot of local artists from Florida, Seattle, to Vegas. And, I just wanted to always be able to reach out and help those with some of the experiences that I had, whether it be from my life experiences, from my book, to some of the educational things I learned from music and
sir.
Promoting and things like that.
That's a beautiful thing, though, man. I mean, you didn't give up, though, right? I mean, you could have quit, right? I mean, right then and there, I can't sweat, and it's going to be difficult, so I can't play sports and all that. But I ain't going to just step around on your parade. But I'm saying, though, my brother, you could have stopped right then and there when you found out the issue that you had. But you didn't stop, and you kept going, and you accomplished some great things by not stopping, man. So really, man, I want to get into the point, man, what kept you going, though, bro? In the midst of, you say those issues that you dealt with, because we hadn't even got into the other stuff we were talking about offline, right? But just even with the sweat gland issue, though, man, what kept you going, though, and not want to quit?
Hey, man, I was brought up in the church, and I always taught to pray. God has always got me through, because believe me, it was none of my doing.
Yes, sir.
From everything from excelling in sports, it was like, if you put everything out in my life, it was like, you had the door to give up right there, and you had the door to keep going, and that wasn't even an option, of course, but it was there.
Yeah.
And I just kept going, and it was tough. It was real hard, man. I mean, everything from just taking care of personal things throughout the day, from a teenager on up to an adult, having to get out there in that heat, to, as being an adult and having to get out and take care of business and things like that, it was tough, man. But, hey, thanks to God, man, I was able to get through and continue on, and I always saw the progress, in a lot of things. I mean, I could go on and on from the stories from when I was I'll give you an experience when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Playing basketball, one of my favorite sports, and along with track. The practices were really hard being in the gym. We'd practice in the gym. Of course, if it was cool, we'd run outside if the weather was all right. But even in the gym, it was like, man, from against my feet, being in those shoes, man, it was like walking on hot coals, because my body has no way of cooling. I mean, it's hard to imagine that. So it was like walking on hot coals as you're running, and your body is just like covered with fire. So of course, the coaches allowed me to leave at times, and things like that. I was blessed to be able to do that, but the coaches actually spoke for me to even get the doctor to approve me to play because I was excelling in that and I was pretty good at it. So they wanted to take it a step further and see if they could give me that approval from the doctor.
Right.
So, but that was that. And then as I became grown and living on my own, man, going to one of my jobs I had as moving away from home was a correctional officer. And I went through 16 weeks of academy. And you had to run. And I believe me, right now today, I cannot tell you how God blessed me to do that. I don't know if we ran a couple of miles or 3 miles, and I'm talking about Florida heat. This
yes,
was in
sir.
Florida. Yeah, and I was just when I felt like, God, this is just too much. I don't know if I can do this. And we stopped. And he'd give us a break, and we'd cool down. And I was covered with water because I'd wet my clothing before I'd go out there. But in that 100-degree heat out there in Florida, it would be dried up.
Yeah.
But we would stop. We would stop right when I thought I could take another step. And that helped me out. And then we stopped one more time after that. Before I knew it, we was done. But we do that periodically through that 16 weeks. So, I mean, that was the toughest part for me, but that and, hey, and today, man, I still deal with different challenges in that, but, hey, can't give up. God gets me through every time. Pray and ask him to get you through.
That's the key, though, man. I think a lot of that, man, comes into really praying. It's hard, though, right, when you're dealing with situations and issues. And I tell people this all the time. We can tell people, man, pray and it's going to be all right. But sometimes that's like telling a person that's in the middle of the ocean, right, with no swimming lessons, that's just in the middle of the water, hadn't took not one swimming lesson. You just tell them, just keep your arms moving and kick your feet. You'll be all right. And so, but it's a must, though, to really tap into that faith, though, because faith that can't be tested can't be trusted, right? And so you get to the other side of it by just not giving up. Because just listen to your story, though, man. You could have took the easy route. You could have went in choir. You could have you could have really did something that just really didn't cause a lot of physical, sweatness or physical making you hot and everything, man. So you even in the midst of the challenges that you had, you voluntarily went out there and challenged yourself, to get beyond those things. And so that's commendable, though, because you could have just took the easy route.
Oh, for sure. Definitely, but hey, it made me the man I am today, man, and and being strong and just trying to, I look at things and a little cautious in my steps and different things that pushes that envelope, but try not to have no limitations though.
Right.
Just choose things with some common sense, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, he never fails to amaze me on all the things that I've been able to do that doctors may have not said I could do. I mean, I wasn't even, my mother's father told me the doctors didn't even expect me to live past a teenager.
You kidding
me? Condition, which I must say is rare. Yeah. And I'm 50 years old, this past February.
That's what I'm talking about. Happy belated birthday, my brother.
Hey, thank you, man.
Well, that old folks say, you grew up in East Texas, right? So you know how the old folks say, but you call them Dr. Jesus. That's the old folks say.
Oh, for sure. And I always, that's Cat Daddy. Say that. I know you agree with that old saying.
Yes, sir. I still say it. You're talking about old saying. I used that yesterday.
Back on the positivity thing, for sure. But back on the positivity thing, one of the things, like I say, I want to try to help reach out to those as, God continue to bless this movement I'm trying to do and help anyone that I can. I have, I do poetry, as I said. I've done a lot of spoken poetry and, inspiring into motivational speaking, and that's what you do when you're promoting your book. My book is an inspirational book. It's to inspire, motivate, encourage. So, in order to promote that, I'm going to have to get out and do that.
Yes, sir.
As far as motivate with that. So, that being said, with my poetry, I do a lot of inspirational phrases and things like that, which I have on my T-shirts that I have and whatever other products that I can use to inspire on from hats. But right now we have my T-shirts that just in the early beginning stages of it. But Some of those, you can see a couple of them on my page, on my Facebook page, and also on my Instagram page.
Let
But
people know how to support that page, man. What's your Instagram page and your Facebook page?
It's Time to Shine 68. TIME, time TIME TOSHINE 68, the number 68.
Okay. All right, cool. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? Y'all go support that. Time to Shine 68. Go support him. Go support it and check it out. Like, comment, and share.
Oh, for sure. And the book, as you know, Living Without Sweat Gland is the title of the book. You can also pick that book up at Amazon.com, also BarnesandNoble.com, and my publishing company is Xlibris.com, which is XLIDBRIS, Xlibris.com, and those are also on my Instagram page.
There you go.
Follow that, and you'll be able to get those.
There you go. I mean, you talked offline about some stuff, man, because I'm working on trying to finish the book up, but I get stuck in certain areas. So me and you definitely going to have to talk about some different things, man, and try to get some stuff situated to get some things finalized on this book that I've been working on for like forever. So I commend you, man, and applaud you for finishing your project and having something out there that people can read and be inspired, and it's a true story. And so I really appreciate you getting outside of yourself to share some things with some other people that can possibly help them, because I know sometimes we'll go through stuff and we're just like, you know what, I'm dealing with it and I don't have time for nobody else. So you took the time to go really help someone else out and really motivate and inspire and really planting those seeds, man. I commend you for that, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I must admit, it wasn't as quick as I'd like to have been. Believe it or not, over 20 years ago, I said that's what I wanted to do when I finished college. One of my classmates, and we were talking, and I said, man, I'm going to write a book about my life, man. I had mentioned that to him, and he said, man, nobody don't write books. This guy,
yeah,
James Carter is his name, if you listen. He said, that, man, only celebrities write books, man, and athletes and things like that. I said, nah, man, and he almost discouraged me, but I didn't give up. But the process of planning it. Yeah, the process of planning it. And then, had some setbacks and things like that. Of course, life throws at us.
Yeah.
And then, before I looked up, it was like 20 years later, 20-some years later, and I had finally found the time, the space, the peace and serene. I moved back home, and it just kind of came together a lot faster than I thought.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works. I think sometimes, man, life obstacles is just God's opportunity really to just show how great he is, and it really tests our faith. And really see how much are we going to trust. Are we going to trust what we see? Or are we going to trust what we've been told? And a lot of times, we'll trust those things that we see because, our vision only goes so far. And you're talking about how life happens and getting in the way and things. It does. But at the same time, we just have to keep on pushing and keep going and not stop. A lot of times, man, we'll give up right when we at the edge of the breakthrough. So, again, I commend you for that, man. Even 20 years in the making, you still didn't stop. So that means for 20 years, you kept going. Even baby steps are applauded, my brother. So I commend you for it because you did not stop.
Hey, like I say, man, I give God all the glory, bro. Believe me, he definitely done that. I had no play in that at all. I was just a vessel, and he's been able to work things with me, hey, that's definitely something I have to always give back to him, being a source of all my strength and energy.
Yeah, man. I don't blame you there, man. You have to, though, man. I think you have to have that because for any electrical appliance to work, it has to be plugged into a source that will supply it power. If we're not plugged into the source that supplies us power, then we're not operating at maximum efficiency. And that's, I think, where a lot of times we're kind of like moping and grumbling and complaining because we're not plugged into the proper source. We have an extension to this source, so we don't really get connected like we need to get connected, so we're not getting the maximum voltage to walk around with this low level of energy. And so that's why I say, though, man, a lot of people can't really do that. They can't separate what they go through to really go out and help somebody else. And as me and a friend of mine were going to do a podcast, matter of fact, on Wednesday about this, grow through what you go through. You grew through what you went through. You didn't just lay down. You didn't just wallow in your sorrow or felt sorry for yourself. And that what makes you a great teacher and motivator and speaker, because personal testimony is a huge teacher. And you have some true personal testimony, man, for some things that happened in your life that, again, that could have easily said, oh, that's it. I'm not trying. I give up. I quit.